What's up? My name is Gabe, and we're here with two special guests, which are two former high school varsity players, and they're here to talk about how to get to where you want to with your football career. So, with that being said, we're here with.
Michael Allen from Killeen High School, also known as Big Mike. I play defensive tackle for the Kangaroos.
And you here with your boy Contavion Johnson. I'm a former running back for Hiker Heights High School. Also known as Pretty Ricky.
Pretty Ricky.
You know me.
And today's first question of today's discussion would be how to succeed in youth football.
Man, honestly, all it really takes is dedication and commitment to your sport, and you gotta work hard to achieve the goal that you want to achieve. Like for instance, me, I played football since I was 7, and ever since I was young, I had the dream of wanting to be in the NFL. So with that goal being set, you see me working hard and aiming towards that goal and doing everything that I can to move closer to reaching that goal.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there, but also for me, I feel like is have long term goals and expectations, but also have short term goals. Like I know you may see players like that get offers in 7th and 8th grade, but you have to think that the big programs like at Alabama, LSU, Miami, they're only going to give offers to players like a Dylan Moses who got an offer from Bama in the 8th grade, or a Leonard Fournette who got offered by LSU as a freshman. They're only going to give offers to those players who are freaking natures for that age. So I feel like you just need to keep your head down and keep on grinding and look at that long term goal.
You hit it right on the dot. But then again, don't think that football is your only choice. Stay in school because you need them grades to get to where you want to go.
Yeah, that's 100% true. Because without you hitting the books right now, without you keeping your grades up, you can't play football anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So next discussion would be, or Gabe, do you have anything you want to chime in there before we move on?
Like just big people like OBJ and Juju just had to set a reminder, like for kids younger. Yeah, an example, like pretty much like lead your goals. Like don't start lacking. Like you can achieve anything. Like that's pretty much what I have to say.
Yeah, that's like 100% true. Now, going into high school football, what do you think is needed for a high school player? Like, let's say you're a junior, or let's say you're a sophomore and up. What do you think is needed for a high school player to get that big D1 scholarship or D1 period?
You need, honestly, I think you need discipline, hard work, commitment, basically showing everybody that you care. Sometimes when you're out on the field, you got to be selfish. You know what I'm saying? You can't you can't always think about the next person because look, at the end of the day, are they gonna be with you in college?
Yeah, you're 100% right. Yeah.
So sometimes you got to be selfish with your stuff. But I'm not saying don't be selfish all the time. I mean, I'm not saying be selfish all the time because of the fact that there is no I in team.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. You're saying be a team player, but at the same time, only one person. The scholarship is for that one person, not the whole team. So you need, at the end of the day, you are a team, but at the end of the day, you have to do what's best for
For
you.
you, yeah.
Yeah. So I 100% get that. What do you have to say, Gabe?
Like at this high school level, like you have people young, people big, eighth, ninth, 10. Like pretty much people like trying to chase your dreams. Like the people who want your job, the people that want your position, they're gonna work their hardest for that position, and you have to just be next to them, work higher than them. Like expectations higher, grades, everything, your environment.
As I said before, this dedication, commitment.
Yeah, I do agree with both of y'all, but at the same time, there's things that are out of your control as far as height. Like, for instance, a quarterback, average high school quarterback, or average high school recruit that's getting those D1 scholarship, he's 6'2". For running backs, 5'10s, tight ends, 6'4", wide receivers, 6 feet, offense line, 6'4", defense line, 6'3", defensive backs, 5'11", and linebacker, 6'1".
Like
And since CJ, you're a running back, so I guess you can tell us how does that, when you look at 5'10", 202 pounds for the average high school running back, how do you feel about that, and how do you kind of go against that? Because there's are times where players haven't met those standards, but have succeeded in college.
how I feel about that is me being the running back that I am. I'm I'll say I'm 5'8", 175, nowhere near 200 pounds. But I'm out here doing my thing, you know what I'm saying? Trying to achieve the goal because I've always had that goal set, and I have put commitment. I put commitment, dedication, hard work, and I've had discipline over the course of, let's say, 9 years almost. And it's just you have to stay dedicated, man.
Yeah. And another thing with dedicate is I feel like if to be dedicated, you have to have a why. So CJ, what is your why? Like, why do you get up in the morning to go to practice? Why do you get in the weight room and try to get that extra 5 pounds or say that little point second off your 40-yard?
Because I want to make money for what I love doing. I want to be able to be the one, instead of mom. You know how my mom takes care of us now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I want to be able to take care of my mom. I want to give back. You know what I'm saying? I want my mom have no debt and just her being debt free, spending all the money she want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like that for me is because I'm lazy and I want to be able to, by the time I'm 30, I'm going to be a millionaire and sit back, chill out, and relax. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think you're 100% right as far as, like, I can agree with you, like, having that why and wanting to have a better life. So I feel like if football's your way out, in order to be your way out, you're going to have to really work for it.
Yeah.
And
like now, let's talk about what are the requirements for college. What are the standards of them looking for a prospect? For running backs, they look for 3-year starters, varsity starters, multiple years competing in an all-state level and recruit. They should run with people that are good, power. They have power. They have speed. They have to have balance. Be able to pull away defenders. Pull away from defenders. You have to have, an extreme amount of lower and upper body strength. You must be able to catch the ball. You know what I'm saying? And you should be able to block. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's for a running back.
Yeah.
What else is there for? What are the other requirements for the other positions?
Well, I want to stick with running back here because we actually got a running back in you. So how do you feel about how those requirements, because these are the average requirements, each college, they have their different things they want in the back, but how do you feel about that, and how do you feel like that it, like, mirrors your game, and do you feel like you meet those requirements?
Honestly, to an extent, I feel like I do meet those requirements, but the requirements that I'm not meeting is height and weight. But everything else, I feel as if, personally, I meet those requirements because, I've worked hard and I'm trying so hard and so dedicated to achieving that goal of becoming in the NFL or even playing in a D1 college, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So since this podcast is centered towards youth players, let's say right now you're a youth player listening and you, as a running back, you don't meet those goals, and you are running back and you're at the high school level, what do you think they can do to meet those goals as far as if, let's say, they have weak lower body strength, getting that up, or they need more power or more balance or more speed? What do you think they can do to have that extra edge to succeed when they get to the high school level?
Man, really, they can stay after practice and do more drills, you know what I'm saying? They could put in more work instead of on the weekends, for instance, sitting down on their butt, watching TV, playing video games. They could go out. They could even go in their backyard and do ladders and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Something simple as that. You could go watch. For instance, go to YouTube and look up Odell Beckham Jr. and watch when he went to go to the California beach and work out on the sand. You could do stuff like that, simple as that, in your backyard. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit down because, look, your competition is always going to be working harder when you're sitting out. So,
yeah, I 100% agree with you there, especially because, like, I know Coach McClumbo or the coaches that we had when we played for the K-Town Soldiers, they said, when you're watching TV in the middle of a commercial break, do push-ups.
Mm-hmm.
Knock you out at least 5 every single commercial, because that's going to build up strength, and you can be working out while you're relaxing.
Yeah.
So, Gabe, you have anything you want to chime in before we move on to the next position?
I just like everything y'all were saying about like growing up and just like getting your dream, and like pretty much I like everything y'all saying so far.
Okay. So the next position is quarterback, and what college coaches are looking at quarterbacks at the high school level. They must be able to throw a deep ball. Deep ball is like a comeback, a dig, and a seam route. Where if you're a youth player, you may not know about those, but as you go
They'll
up
learn
there,
about it eventually.
yeah, you'll learn about those, and you must also be able to be proficient in throwing receivers open and executing the back shoulder throws. So I'm a defensive guy, CJ. So you're the offensive guy. So I'm about to let you
Take
explain-
over.
Yeah, take over and explain what those traits mean and how they can progress and grow.
Basically, like you were saying, Coach Dex, Coach Colombo telling us to do push-ups between commercials and stuff like that. Doing that can help your throwing, your arm strength, your throwing arm strength, just having better upper body strength. You know, it helps a lot. You know.
Yeah, and I 100% agree with you. Not only does it help your arm strength, but it also helps your chest exercises and, being able to take hits.
Basically, because you need to be able to take a hit as a quarterback.
Mm-hmm. And I know, Gabe, you played at Liberty Hill with us, or with me and you. We played at Liberty Hill. So what position you played in middle school?
Safety.
You played safety. Okay.
Safety and wide receiver. You already know
Okay.
it.
Okay. So you're a wide receiver, right? So what tips?
But the question is, were you any good?
Hey man, I played some games. Some days I was sitting down. Some days I was knocked out by Mike.
So you was a bench warmer.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know about that. I still played though. I still played.
Yeah, you played. So you have any tips for the youth wide receivers out there?
Like wide receivers, just like wake up that like extra like minute, like extra second, just like put an extra work that you think you can't do. Like that positivity and that mindset of you like working harder will get you like to where you want to be, like D1 or like scholarship scouts coming out to look at you. Like every second you put in to like work on your mind, work in school, positivity around people, like they help you a lot. And like pretty much
We appreciate that, Gabe. Now we're getting onto the defense. I'm an offensive player. Now it's your turn.
Yeah,
Michael.
You're right. I'm a defensive player, and not only that, but I'm a defensive lineman, and that's the next position that we'll be going over. And what college coaches are looking for in defense linemen, you have to show strength and leverage to dominate along the line of scrimmage as a run defender. You also have to show the ability to win with speed, quickness, and power as a pass rusher. And in your highlight tape, this has to be exceptional in your play. Like this has to be a standout trait. Like you can't be like, he kind of won that, kind of didn't. No, you have to just be out there.
Mm-hmm.
And the next position we'll have is defensive back. Another for defense.
Oh, I remember I played that younger when we was with the K-Town Soldiers. They always had me. They had me a running back, safety, cornerback. Now that I think of it.
I did not know that. So I'm gonna talk about what is the recruits want, the college coaches want in defensive backs, and then I'm gonna let you talk a little bit more about that in a sec. So, what college coaches want in defensive backs, they want the ability for you to flip your hips, get in and out of breaks without false steps. They also want you to be physical and aggressive in the run game and against screens. They also want you to know about all coverages and have quick feet. You also need the ability to play man and zone coverage. You also need to be one of, if not the fastest players on the field, and the ability to cover sideline to sideline. So like you just said, CJ, you have some experience with DBs. So do you have any tips you want to give to any DBs out there? Any of our youth DBs?
You got to work on your pursuit. You have to. Because, look, if your receiver's faster than you, you're going to get beat every time if you're not working on your pursuit and your defense. Like defensive plays like man coverage, you have to be able to keep up with your defender or he's going to score on you every time. I mean, your receiver, my bad. Your receiver every time or he's going to pass you and scoring you every single time. And we don't want that because, look, if you're not winning, you're not getting looked at. If you're not winning, you're not you're not moving closer towards the goal that you want to achieve. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying per se. That does just because you're not winning doesn't necessarily mean you're not gonna get recruited. Because we had a player off of Shoemaker, name is Kendall Jones, aka Hook, and yeah, and Shoemaker wasn't necessarily good when he played. I think they went to the playoff one year, but he was able to get offers from like Bama and other high level colleges. So you don't necessarily have to win, but you have to be able to show your ability and talent in order to get that ability, or your skill. Let's say skill, because it is between talent and skill. Talent, you're born with it. Skill, you build up. Like Tommy used to say, every day you sharpen that knife and you work towards that goal, and you get your skills better, and you're able to achieve your goal.
Yes, sir.
And Gabe, you also said a while ago that you play defensive back. So you have any tips, or you play safety? So
before we get into that, that's like, but you was talking about Hood. That's a prime example of you being selfish with your reps. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You have to be selfish sometimes to get your reps, because if you're not on a winning team like Hook was, I mean, yeah,
Kendall.
Kendall, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
If you're on a losing team like he was, you have to be selfish with your reps so you can get looked at, and you can get your offer and move closer to the dream that you want to pursue.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna let Gabe speak about the defensive back tips.
Our defense back and safety have the most required spot on the field. Like DBs play a lot, safeties play a lot. They have the most coverage. They have the most man. Think about it with like CJ and Mike said. Like if your wide receiver like runs a better route, then you gotta fix that. Like if they're fasting, you gotta fix that. Like because the DB is gonna be like that main person getting the tackle, main person getting the ball, main person there like for your team help you out. Just like looking over all that, it's like be precise, be like more on edge, like of your surroundings and like the passes of the ball. Just pretty much like just basic stuff that you gotta get better over time.
I agree. Now, so Michael, how do you think competition? Wait, so say if you made it to college, right? And you know how you D-line or whatever, right? And you have competition. How do you make yourself better than your competition?
I feel like it starts with the little things like not treating practice like a practice, but treating practice like a game. Like practice is there for you to get better and work on your craft. Like I'm learning this now in high school, where it's like I may use a move and it may get me blocked, but I know what I did. When I go back and I look at the film, or just me knowing what I did, I can kind of fix what I did. Where there's like, oh, I shouldn't have use that move in that situation, like a swim move or a hunt move, used by Reggie White. And it allows me to kind of fix myself. So you should use practice to better yourself. That's one thing. Another thing is just learn the playbook and doing the little things right, like learning the playbook, not being late to meetings,
Discipline.
and having discipline, and also putting a little bit, like you have said before, putting that little bit of extra work in practice.
I agree completely. Now, Gabe, if you made it to college, how would you better yourself then? How would you make yourself better, unlike your other competition? How would you make your step up than your competition? What would you do?
So like 2019, and like we all had the same mindset when we go into college. College is like where you finna realize that at the end of the year, if you ready for NFL, if you try to stay in college, if you ready for your grades, like grades important overall. Like everybody says, oh, hit the books, hit the notes. Like at the end of the day, your grades determines if you're going anywhere in life. Your attitude when you talk to your coaches, when you talk to like press, when you talk to like anybody, it's just the attitude and the mindset of you as a person of college is just, it's like good. It's like you need somewhere or go somewhere in life. Like I can't explain it, but like it's just like hard like to talk about things like
Yeah, I get what you're saying, Gabe. And speaking of NFL, I got a question for you, CJ. So let's say you're a junior, and the rule for the NFL drafts is in order for you to be draft eligible, you have to be 3 years removed from high school. So you can like if you're a redshirt sophomore, where if a redshirt is you stay out a year, but you maintain your year eligibility, but you cannot play. So let's say for this example, you're a junior, and you're projected to go you're projected to go in the first round. Would you A, stay for your senior year, or B, declare for the draft?
Honestly, it all depends on how I am. If I'm ready, if I feel like that I'm ready and I'm gonna be stable, and I feel as if, I mean, it all depends, man. Cause look, God forbid that I get hurt, but what if I get hurt and have nothing after that? What if I don't meet the requirements to get the money that I want to and get the deal that I want to? What if something bad happens, God forbid? You know what I'm saying? I also gotta have them books. So it's going honestly, if I feel like I'm gonna be stable after if I get hurt, then yes, I would. But if I feel like that I'm not gonna have nothing to run to and I would have to go work in a fast food restaurant, no, I'm staying to get my degree because of the fact that I'm gonna need something to fall back on if I get hurt. Or if I'm not saying that I would do something bad, but if I make a decision that wasn't smart, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it all depends on how the situation is when it comes up, basically.
Yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying. And if I was in that situation, honestly, I would go pro, because that signing bonus, like if you're a first round pick, your signing bonus is going to be at least $1 million. Like, honestly, right now, like I'm not necessarily poor or anything, but you know, I'm middle class, whatever. $1 million, like I don't know what I would do with $1 million. Like I don't think I'll be able to. It's hard to spend $100 in a day, well, let alone $1 million. So I feel like I would get, like, if I have the opportunity to get drafted, and that's my goal, and that's probably if you're listening to this podcast, those are probably we probably share those same goals of getting drafted. I would take that chance because, again, like we said, the constant message that we have spread so far is in order to reach your goals is going to take hard work, dedication, and discipline.
And also grades. You have to have great grades for that. So do not drop out of school. Stay in your books to get to where you want to go.
Yeah, and after let's say the very like, so we already talked about college, and we talked about, first we talked about high school football. Well, first, really, I'm sorry, guys. First, we talked about youth football and what it takes to achieve.
Pretty Ricky.
Yeah. First, we talked about youth
Big
football.
Mike.
First, we talked about youth football and how to succeed in there. Then we moved on to varsity, how to get looked at by colleges and what colleges are looking for at each position. Then we moved on to college and how to succeed in college, and now we're at the NFL level. So, what question for CJ? What do you think separates a regular okay player, maybe like a Cole Beasley, from a receiver like a Odell Beckham, where he's a Pro Bowler? So what do you think separates a regular player from like a Pro Bowl caliber player?
Their work ethic, the dedication that they have, their commitment, their everything. Their every move is about football. They're not making negative decisions like, was it Ezekiel Elliott that was hitting on a girl?
It was Zeke, but let's stay away. Well, I like Zeke. Zeke's a cool player, or whatever. But I don't,
yes, sir. We love you, Zeke.
Yeah, we don't want to get into politics, or whatever. You know, football,
but
youth
still,
football.
I'm
But I'm saying, yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, don't make mistakes like that.
Decisions.
Stupid mistake. Yeah.
Basically, I feel like Odell's dedication and hard work and him treating practice like it's a game. That's how he's able to make a big icon like him catching that ball one-handed, him be able to snag any ball one-handed.
Over
He's
Brandon
he's
Carr.
just cold, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Cole Beasley, he doesn't have the same mentality as Odell, as I feel like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah, I get what you're saying. So, CJ, what would you say to the kids who feel like they don't have the talent to make it to the dreams, or they feel like the people who do make it to the dreams, do make it to the NFL, and who are Pro Bowlers, they may feel like that's their destiny, and maybe their destiny is not to make it to the NFL. What would you say to those kids to kind of get their heads up and be like, yeah, I can do it?
look, man, before I started football, I didn't think that I could do it either, man. But the route that I'm going, my hard work and dedication that I put into football, I see that I have a bright future. Keep your head up. Listen to your parents. Put hard work and dedication. Always work harder than your competition. Listen to your parents. Do everything that's needed. You got this, man.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. And another thing that I feel like we haven't touched is the trials and tribulations, or big words and these small words, youth football. The ups and downs that you're going to go through when in this football journey. Like, what things have you gone through, CJ, through your football journey that you can speak on?
For instance, like last season, my football team went 1-9. Us having terrible coaching really brought us down. But we kept our head up for the rest of the season, and we fought a great fight, but we came out with an L. So basically, I feel like the problems that I ran into when I was younger, I didn't keep my head straight. I didn't put in work as much as my competition did. But I realized that, and I fixed those mistakes, and I'm still currently fixing those mistakes as we speak. So basically, just do your thing, man.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you, but really my thing, it was like, don't show yourself short, and also don't put in minimal. I'll get you later in a sec, Gabe, but don't put in minimal effort and expecting great results. Like for me, going into my eighth grade season, I worked out. And I was expecting to dominate, but I didn't work. I worked out, but I didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I benched a little weight, 135, pushing it a couple times, but I really didn't work out to the point where I didn't work out. Like, my work ethic and the work I put in didn't match what I thought was production. So, at Liberty Hill, one of the last practices before our last game, my last middle school game, I went up against the offensive lineman and I got blocked. Stonewalled me, couldn't get past them. And I was feeling like, what the heck? Like, if I'm going to put in the work, because I felt like that I put in the work needed to be successful. I felt like if I'm going to put in the work and that work's not going to show up and I'm not making plays, what's the point of doing this in the first place? And I wanted to quit football. I was like, I'm done. But just watching, I feel like another tip that I can give you youth players is watch players who came before you. Watch Ray Lewis, because I watched a Ray Lewis video, and he was talking about how what he came from and what he did, and that kind of inspired me, and it brought me out of my dump, and I later continued to work on my craft and got better at football. So my thing is, don't sell yourself so short, and what I mean by selling yourself short is don't kid yourself, don't lie to yourself, be real with yourself and be like, if I'm not putting the work in, don't expect better results, and make sure you put in the work in so you can expect the results. And Gabe, I feel like you had something to say, you wanted to add in?
Like, I just wanted to recap, like, when you were talking about Liberty Hill, and, like, I remember when I was playing for the team, I was wide receiver. I thought I was running good routes, and, like, that one day, got hit, broken arm, like I thought my whole dream was like finna like crush. Like, everyone was like rushing to me. Everyone was saying, Gabriel this, Gabriel that. Like, is he okay? Like, it's in my head. Like, I was like, yeah, I'm not finna play football ever again. And then after surgery, a couple months later, I hit my freshman year of Harker Heights, and CJ was talking about our team went 1-9. I was one of those people on the field 1-9. All those people just not like like what he was saying, bad coaches, like we don't have good coaches like to tell us this, that. They just worry about like the top people. Like they don't worry about the whole team. And like I feel like that was like a bad motivation to like people out there that want to play football, is just to like not coaches right. And like even like people that play AAU, FBU, like those people are like getting maintained every day, always practice, like putting that extra work in. Like even if you're not one of those kids, you still can put that extra work in, like get where you want to be. And like we're in college right now. College players like put all their effort into like where they are now. Now they're making like millions and like all this and getting all these signed, like draft day, like all these teams want to pick them. And just it's like they have that mindset of like they want to do something in life. They want to be there. Like that's just a mindset you need to have overall.
Yeah, I had to agree with you there. Just keep on pushing into your goals. So I just want we've done about a 30-minute podcast already. We've been on the air for like 30 minutes already. So I just want to get y'all's final thoughts, starting with CJ, then Gabe, and then I'll end it off.
Man, all I have to say to you young kids is stay on your grind. Don't let nobody bring you down. Stay dedicated. Stay committed. Don't let your coaches talk down on you. You know, do your thing. Stay committed to your dreams so you can pursue them. Get out of whatever you want to do. I mean, get out of wherever you stay and go big. Get paid for something you love doing. And stay committed, man. That's all I got to say. Stay dedicated.
So like with me, I'm gonna just keep it like short and simple. Like as a kid, you want to get to your goals. As a kid, you want to get through life. As a kid, you want to make money. Pursue that dream. When you hear negativity, just take it as positive. When you hear positive, just take it as you need to get motivation. Like you just need to get better in life, and just take all that just as like a thinker. Oh, I'm finna get where I want to be. And like Mike, we done with the questions. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, and to piggy off of what you say, like you said, let those haters motivate you. Like, there's, like, I don't want to get biblical or whatever, but the Bible says something about make your enemies your footstool and stuff, like something like that. So I 100% agree with that statement where it's like, don't listen to the haters. Let those haters motivate you to get on your grind and get better and better, so you can kind of make them eat their words and stuff like that. And also just stay disciplined, stay in your grind. Don't let distractions like video games, girls, whatever.
Stay away from them girls, fellas. Stay away from them.
Yeah, you know, as you grow older, you'll kind of mature, and you'll want to like get into distracted, and being able to kind of get your head on swivel. And also your friends, having good friends that kind of are like-minded like you is a bit really huge importance, because being caught at the wrong place at the wrong time
can mess up your whole career.
Really mess up your future and your life. So just being able to just surround yourself with like-minded people will help you a bunch. And again, stay on top of your grades, because coaches, your GPA could decide whether you get a scholarship or not. Because if you have a 2.9, but like let's say you're a kid in Texas and you have a 2.9, but a kid in Florida got a 3.0, who getting a scholarship? The kid from Florida with the 3.0.
Mm-hmm. And all I gotta say is, again, stay away from them females. They'll come for you. They'll come to you whenever you make it big. I'm telling you, stay away from them. Stay focused.
Okay, well, that's all for our podcast. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Hey, just stay on your grind and continue on shining.
Pretty Ricky out.